How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? What's up, guys? What's happening, man? What's happening, man? He said, I ain't looking at my phone pretending to ignore y'all, man. I'm looking at IG doing some research, man, on body positivity, man. What's up, Steph? How's everybody, man? They gave away a lot of a lot of memberships last night. Press one if you got one of the free memberships last night, man, from Innate Ways and Battle Wealth. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody, man, who got one of the free memberships last night, man. We gonna dive right into it, man. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Salute to my man Tex 47 on Rumble, man. I gotta make sure I read Rumble, man. The super chats, man. I gotta remember to read my Rumble super chats, man. Uh, uh, Shout out to Nate Ways, man. Yeah, man. Let's get it cracking, man. Let's get it cracking, man. Juneteenth, man. It's the 10th, y'all. Oh, happy Father's Day to everybody, man. Happy Father's Day to all my fathers, man. Happy day to all the fathers, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. All the fathers. You see how they fucking took our weekend and made us share that shit with Juneteenth. We gotta share our fucking holiday with Pride Day, Pride Month, and Juneteenth. Man, they done fucking crowded the shit out of Father's Day the last couple of years, man. God damn. They done crowded the shit out of Father's Day, man. Society of Benevolence in the building. Shout out to you, man. They done crowded the shit out Father's Day, man. They should be sharing Father's Day with Pride Day and Juneteenth. Two groups that don't really practice father. Press one. They making us share Father's Day with Pride and Juneteenth. Two groups that don't practice fatherhood. They ain't shit for that, man. Motherfuckers. Shit. I want Father's Day. We gotta move Father's Day, man. We gotta move Father's Day to another. We gotta move Father's Day to another fucking another motherfucking month, man. Some bullshit, man. It's some bullshit, man. This shit's some bullshit. Let's see what's going on, man. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the 10th of the month. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up, come up. It's the 10th of the month. Damn, all these black people got all these expensive toys. These ain't even their vehicles. These toys. All these sunwords got all these expensive toys. Y'all doing all right over here, man. White folk don't get them no more free shit. White folk, please stop giving these niggas free shit. Look at all the shit they got, man. Look at white folk, man. Is y'all watching this, man? They keep asking y'all for free stuff. Look at all these Negroes with all their toys, man. This shit costs money. Shit, they stunting on you gliders, man. Niggas riding horses. That's how niggas ride horses. We different, y'all. We all my race is a construct people. Look how some people ride horses. I need my race is a construct people. Press one if you believe race is a social construct, man. Press one if you think race is a social construct. I want to see y'all, man. Where y'all at, man? Where y'all at, man? Where my ones at, man? We ain't got no social construct people in the building today, man. Oh shit, man. Oh man. I wanted to see some social construct people, man. Man. I guess we ain't gonna get no social construction today, man. These niggas asking for free stuff, man. Ask for reparations and shit. Don't give them no more free stuff, white people. They already got enough. Uh-oh. Is this the mayor? This better not be that fucking mayor, man. The one who was sobbing at George Floyd's funeral. Is that him? That better not be that fucking guy. Remember the one who was bawling at George Floyd's funeral? That nigga was, that nigga fell out. That nigga almost fainted. It's so cringe-worthy, man. He be trying so hard, man. That is him, man. One day after the DOJ announced their findings from investigating Minneapolis Police Department pattern of practices, Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is out celebrating Juneteenth. It is out shaking his ass. Yeah. Jesus Christ, man. Uh-oh. What this sister gotta say? Trouble. Oh, she just showing. She just like, I'm looking cute. Okay. She ain't saying nothing good. No woke shit. Keep your mouth shut, sister. That'll work. Happy Juneteenth for my family.
street shit. We not gonna fuck around. This ain't a game, cause we gon' cheat. Hey, we gon' jump out on them niggas. Ain't a psycho game, we really with it. All us pulling triggers. You gon' miss the guy. We gon' catch you, dump you in the river. We gon' five, we some big hoes. They shoot some splinters. We gon' pull up real fast. Regular fish, all those special shit. He gon' wipe his nose, he use some tissue. On my block, on my strikes, you get the guys and they gon' miss you. I got aim, so when I shoot, I guarantee the street shit.
Happy Juneteenth for everybody. It's the 10th of the month. 10th. Wake up, wake up. Cash your checks and come up, come up, come up, come up. It's the 10th of the month. What's this? Black people joy. Oh, they playing Frankie Beverly, man. I don't want to get no strike, man. Even though I don't give a fuck about no goddamn strike. I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't be giving a fuck about that shit. As far as a copyright strike, I don't give a fuck about no copyright strike. Look at this crowd, man. There's a lot of son words, a lot of older son words, man. This is the type of crowd I could go here, man. I could do Juneteenth with you son words. I could do Juneteenth with these son words, man. Look, just like Africa, man. Open sewers, man. They made it realistic, man. Wouldn't feel at home without the open sewer, man. Yeah, I like this crowd, man. That's a nice Juneteenth crowd, man. That's a nice Juneteenth crowd, man. A bunch of older folks, man. Yeah, I like that, man. Salute, man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
All right, y'all. We're out here at the Eatonville Junior with State Rep Anna Escamani. She's back there. Oh, I zoomed in too much. Let me come out. We had some rain this morning, so it's a little lighter than usual, but rain doesn't stop a good day. And celebrating Juneteenth. We're going to be all across the district today, but we're starting off this morning in the historic town of Eatonville.
What's historical about Eatonville? Probably some white people probably fucked with a nigga down there. Some nigga got fucked with by some white people like 100 years ago or something. That's press one. That's what make a town historic to niggas. Some nigga got lynched all 150 years ago. And that's what make the town historic. That's all it takes, man. It's a historic town of what? What did y'all do there? Did y'all have something great accomplished? Nah, man. In 1832, Jeffro Simmons was lynched by a mob of white people, man. Salute to John H, man. Coming through once again. Seen that name in a long time, man. Bro. Uh-oh. We starting to get some shootings, man. Liberty Station, man. Let me see, man. Let me see, man. Oh, they said it was a shooting. I don't know if that's true, man. I don't know. I'm hoping you Negroes act good, man, this weekend, man. I'm rooting for you Negroes. And I'm a coon, man. I'm a coon and I'm rooting for you niggas. We gonna get to some fuckery in a minute, man. Oh shit. This is a setup, man. Cause look, each one of these characters gotta speak to every single black child. They gotta speak if it's 197 black children out there, each one of these characters gotta speak to every single child. These motherfuckers gonna be exhausted, man, by the time this shit over.
All right, y'all. All right now. Okay. Look at Panda. Look at SpongeBob. Look at go Minnie. Go girl. You get it, Minnie. Look at Panda. You better go ahead, Panda. You better go ahead now. What? Hey. All right.
Oh, them black people in them suits, they ain't gotta speak to all the black kids. Hey, you only gotta speak to all the black kids when it's white people in the suits. Press 1. You only gotta speak to all the black kids when it's white people in the suits. When it's black people in the suits, you can just dance and shit and ignore the kids.
Yo! Woo! Get it, Panda! You better go ahead now. Oh, get okay, what? Go ahead.
Uh-oh. This big Tifuses. We got Tifuses. Representative Tifuses. Representative Tifuses. What are your thoughts on Juneteenth, Representative Tifuses?
I am so happy to be here on Juneteenth with another freedom fighter. I was born and raised in Texas. My grandfather born and raised in Galveston, Texas. My great-grandmother born during slavery in Galveston, Texas. So this is Freedom Day with a freedom fighter from Tennessee. Thank you so much.
Power to the people.
Power to
God. Fuck me. Jesus Christ. Not that anyone cares, but DeAndre Matthews, 19 years old, was lynched by white vigilantes. Isaiah Baez and Lucretia Remy. Happy Juneteenth, Pride Movement. Oh, Lord. Terrible, man. God, dog. Man. San Diego Juneteenth celebration, man. Let me see. Let's see what happened. I can't find nothing on So there was somebody shot dead at San Diego Juneteenth. God damn, San Diego? Shit. Stay classy, San Diego. Shit. You some words ain't shit, man. Y'all having shootings in San Diego? Juneteenth celebrations in San Diego? It is shit. Somebody got killed right there. Why would they do this? Announcement of a father's missing remains at a Juneteenth celebration. You niggas are sick, man. Why y'all so sick like that, man? Why are you fucking son words so sick, man? An announcement of a father's missing remains? Y'all that pressed for victimhood? Because since he missing, they can put it on a white person because ain't no suspect.
How do you not know where my father's remains are? And then they tried to tell us that they did. And if you did, then do a DNA test. My father has been gone to be with the Lord 22 years. So how do you not know?
Oh my God, what's wrong with you niggas, man? Jesus Christ, you bringing everybody down. Don't worry. Be happy. When you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy then. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. These niggas, God damn, they depressing, man. Y'all niggas depressing, like, man. The fuck she get up there and say that shit for, man? God damn. Sister. You fucking sister, you. When you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. Let's see what's going on. Let's go around the country, man. We're gonna start on the West Coast, man. Nobody do Juneteenth like the West Coast, man. All right. Oh man, listen, they celebrating Juneteenth in Uganda. Let's see what they doing in Uganda.
In Uganda, 41 people, nearly all students, were killed during an attack at a boarding school overnight.
Hold on, what? Say what?
In Uganda, 41 people, nearly all students, were killed during an attack at a boarding school overnight. The school is located in a remote area near the border with Congo. The attack happened at 11:30 at night when the students would have been asleep. Authorities say rebels are likely responsible. Uganda's military.
Why would they kill? Why would the rebels kill all these students, man? Say la vie, man. Africa. Say la freak. Say la freak, man. Shit. My God. Oh my God. rebels went to the boarding school and killed 39 students, man, and 2 teachers. Goddamn, just because, man. Just because, man. Why they ain't kill everybody? They probably left some people around to tell, we'll leave you alive to tell the story. My God, man. You something else, man. Salute to Murray Massa, man. He said, yo, what's good? NYC was on fire today. Sun's going crazy. Bronx had shootings. Brooklyn had trouble too. Oh, we're going to go to New York next, man.
Border with Congo. The attack happened at 11:30 at night when the students would have been asleep. Authorities say rebels are likely responsible. Uganda's military say they pursued the militants into eastern Congo, but the force there is very dense and difficult to operate in. At least 6 people, believed to be all children, were abducted by the rebels as they fled back over the border.
Hey, shit. Damn.
New at 10, 15 young ladies from San Francisco's Bayview District rocked the runway at Union Square this afternoon. Organizers say it is...
The fuck is this? Where the fuck you come from? Goddamn, where you come from? Goddamn, Manny Fresh.
Organizers say it is more than a fashion show. It's a display of what's possible when young people in an underserved community are given opportunities.
KTVU's Amber Lee attended the event called Suit Up. The teens tell her this event and the program are transformative.
Beauty from San Francisco's Bayview neighborhood is on full display at Macy's Union Square.
See, I like this. I'm not against this, man. The young sisters, they look nice. They dressing professionally. I'm not against this, man. I'm for this shit, man.
Beauty from San Francisco's Bayview neighborhood is on full display at Macy's Union Square.
Evans, everyone, age 14.
Young African American ladies ages 12 to 20 walked the runway in an event called Suit Up.
I've never been dressed in a suit, so I was like, oh, this is cool.
Cool and empowering.
Demaya Culpepper, she's 15 years old.
See, they don't really got confidence like that walking. They need to learn confidence. Put your shoulders back, your head up, because they're not used to dressing like this. I think this is a good thing, man. It's better than a fucking twerk contest, I'll tell you that much.
Demaya Culpepper tells me the business attire is a tool for breaking stereotypes.
They just portray us as like loud and ghetto or angry, but
hold on, what? What? Hold on, let me. Hold on.
Stereotypes.
They just portray us as like loud and ghetto or angry, but this is like, I feel like this is introducing us, putting us in a better light.
This event.
Who is they, man? Goddamn white folk, man. Y'all white folk, y'all ain't even there, man. They already fucking with you white folk. Man, you white folk a break, man. They can get you. See, this the thing. White folk, y'all done gave these niggas Juneteenth, and you thought they was gonna be happy. You thought, okay, just give them Juneteenth. I mean, fucking Floyd. We'll change the name of the Redskins, change the name of the Cleveland Indians, and give these niggas Juneteenth. And we'll cut bail and all that shit, and maybe these niggas will be happy. No more bail. Juneteenth, and we changed the name of the Redskins. And these niggas still ain't happy. Blaming you for shit, y'all ain't even there. They blaming white people for shit. Well, it is a white man there. Yeah, there's a white woman here. Yeah, no, yep, and a white woman here. because somebody had to pay for these clothes, man. These clothes ain't cheap, man. And somebody had to set up the venue and shit. Somebody had to publicize it. Somebody had to make sure there's security. Yeah, so yeah, white folk in the building. So yeah, y'all involved. So yeah, y'all involved. Yeah, so yeah, y'all put yourself in the organize it. Y'all put yourself in the line of fire. So yeah, I can't blame them for coming after you. You put yourself in the line of fire, man. You salute to Eric S coming through, man. Salute to Stunner. Still the building.
Pepper. She's 15 years old.
Damaya Culpepper tells me the business attire is a tool for breaking stereotypes.
They just portray us as like loud and ghetto or angry, but this is like, I feel like this is introducing us, putting us in a better light.
This event is a collaborative effort between nonprofits and city agencies to uplift young ladies. It includes an intensive mentoring program, encouraging them to aim high and showing them dreams can come true.
Don't let the single parent home or the deprived community become who you are.
Tanisha Miller.
Hold on, wait. Time out. I thought it was Day. I thought Day was making us look bad.
Don't let the single parent home or the deprived community become who you are.
Tanisha Miller founded Ladies in Power and works with these young people addressing mental health issues, building confidence and self-esteem, and teaching them financial literacy. She too is from the Bayview.
I didn't let my environment dictate what my future could be.
All that killing, stealing, robbing, there's more to life. Like you got.
Hold on, wait a second, man. I thought Dave was making us. Wait a second, man. Hold on, man. Y'all gotta get y'all story straight, man. See, sons can't even get this story straight.
It's a tool for breaking stereotypes.
They just portray us as like loud and ghetto or angry, but this is like, I feel like this is introducing us, putting us in a better light.
This event is
okay.
Can come true.
Don't let the single parent home or the deprived community become who you are.
Tanisha Miller founded Ladies in Power and works with these young people addressing mental health issues, building confidence and self-esteem, and teaching them financial literacy. She too is from the Bayview.
I didn't let my environment dictate what my future could be.
All that killing, stealing, robbing, there's more to life. Like you got to just go out there and want it for yourself.
This 17-year-old tells me this runway event represents the best of her community and hopefully sets an example for others.
I'm not just here modeling. I'm also standing up for me, my community, people around me, people that I love. I'm modeling for them.
If you choose to do better things in life, the things that keep you on the right track, then eventually you'll succeed.
Organizers say this event gives these young ladies a voice and, more importantly, a foundation for success. After all, empowerment never goes out of style.
Girl power, look at them shine.
In San Francisco, Amber Lee, KTVU.
You gliders, man. Y'all different breed. Salute to you gliders, man. Thank you for organizing this, gliders, man. Thank you, gliders, for organizing this for us, man. Salute to Orland P. He says, Happy Father's Day. Yeah, Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, man. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Let's see what's going on in New York, man. When you worry, your face will frown, and that will bring everybody down. So don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Don't worry. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy now. Oh, we got a hate crime on Juneteenth.
New tonight, the search for a man wanted in a hate crime assault on the Upper East Side. Police say the 21-year-old victim was walking on.
What? Wait a second, man. A hate crime on Juneteenth? Hold on, man. I gotta start this over, man. Hold on.
Tonight, the search for a man wanted in a hate crime assault on the Upper East Side. Police say the 21-year-old victim was walking on First Avenue when the suspect approached him and started punching him in the head. The victim told police he was making anti-gay remarks. The suspect took off. The victim was taken to Lenox Hill Hospital with a broken nose and a black eye. This happened last Monday.
Oh, last Monday. Okay. So that's wasn't Juneteenth. Okay. You sons a break on that one, man. That wasn't Juneteenth, man.
We begin with that deadly stabbing in Manhattan. More questions tonight surrounding the man's death after he was found unconscious on the subway early this morning. CBS 2's Christy Kalishian joins us with the latest on what we know. Christy.
Police tell us that man was found unconscious with stab wounds on a southbound number 4 train here at Union Square Station by a fellow passenger who alerted an MTA conductor. The 32-year-old was found at around 4 this morning and was pronounced dead on arrival at Bellevue Hospital. At this time, police haven't said where the stabbing took place. An NYPD spokesperson shared that transit crimes, including murder, robbery, and felony assault, are actually down about 8%.
That's still a lot of motherfucking crimes, man. This shit is just statistical anomalies, man. You can go to any day from last year and it's even more or less.
From around this time last year. Despite that, subway riders we spoke with, including a former MTA conductor himself, say they don't feel safe.
I certainly think there needs to be more team coordination with regard to the transit workers, especially on the front lines, conductors, railroad clerks, and so on, and supervisors. If there's better teamwork and coordination, that helps. That helps because you have more eyes looking out, looking out from the system as far as the safety of the general people are concerned.
So
Uh-oh.
is not safe at all. Every ride, I'm always worried of.
Oh, man. It's Juneteenth, though, bitch. We ain't trying to hear that shit, man. Fuck you, man. Trying to spread your white tears on Juneteenth. Look at her trying to hijack Juneteenth, y'all. Hey, everybody, look at this white girl trying to hijack Juneteenth.
Subway is not safe at all. Every ride, I'm always worried of, what's going to happen.
An investigation at around...
Yeah, fire her, man. Fire her, man. You try to fucking fire that woman, man. She tried to hijack Juneteenth, man.
An update now on an attempted rape on a subway train. Police have released new photos of the man they are looking for. Police say the man grabbed a woman as she tried to exit a J train at the Chambers Street station. They say he pinned her to the ground, punched her, then tried to rape her. See that white lady, man.
What she ain't had nothing to be scared of. What was she scared of, man? It's perfectly safe on these trains, man. It's just trying to make black people look bad, man. Goddamn. I'm tired of you. You white women yelling for help and shit. Yelling for help. Trying to get a brother locked up, man. Salute to Jean. She says, Happy Father's Day.
He managed to fight him off and escape. This happened Friday, June 9th, just after 9 p.m. The suspect also took the victim's phone, money, and keys.
Pretty rough place up there, man. Oh, here we go. Juneteenth. It's the 10th of the month. Wake up, wake up, wake up, catch it, come up, come up, come up, come up.
Well, Monday is Juneteenth, and there are plenty of events this weekend commemorating the holiday. In Brooklyn, it's day 2 of the 14th annual Juneteenth NYC celebration in East New York. Today was its Family Fun Day Festival, which brought together music, vendors, and family-friendly activities.
Juneteenth is really about learning the deep down culture, supporting Black businesses, and encouraging each other to grow within this space.
The event has been running for the last 14 years. Juneteenth commemorates the day in 1865 when the people of Galveston, Texas received the news that slavery had ended.
It's also exhausted, man.
All right, it is 7:50 right now. 5 days with North County as we celebrate and commemorate Juneteenth. We have Ferguson's Mayor, Ella Jones, joining us live this morning to tell us all about it. And Ms. Jones, you guys have already gotten this kicked off, but for people who want to get involved, they still have some time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yesterday we had our brunch, the State of Us, and today is cleanup day in Castle Point, and tonight will be movie night at 24-1 Theater, and then tomorrow it's Ferguson's Day.
Okay. All right. So tell me a little bit about what we can expect to see. You guys are going to have some ribbon cuttings for businesses, vendors out there, awards for trailblazers like yourself. This is the first Black female mayor of the city of Ferguson. So I just wanted to throw that out there. What else can we expect to see on Ferguson's Day?
On Ferguson Day, we have a kids zone with it's a family affair.
Okay.
So
Oh God, Jesus Christ. Y'all are fucking annoying, man. Y'all are fucking annoying, man.
All right, thank you so much. Well, 11 miles, 6 stops, and storytelling about the city of St. Louis's history. TrailNet, For the Ville, St. Louis Shakespeare Festival, and the Missouri Historical Society are having a bike ride as a creative way to commemorate Juneteenth. Sean Betts, board member with For the Ville, joins us now live with how you can join the ride. Good morning to you, Sean.
God, man. Y'all are so annoying. Just give me a city, man. Just give me a city, man. Give me a city, man. We're gonna do this city by city, man. I can't do this shit, man. I thought I was gonna be able to fucking deal with you, motherfuckers. Oh, God, dog, man. I thought I was gonna be able to handle y'all, man. I can't, man. Y'all aggravate, man. Y'all the most irritating people in the world, man. Say stay in NYC, man. Y'all the most irritating people in the world, man. God, dog.
New at 11, 3 people shot, one of them killed in 2 separate shootings outside a NYCHA complex in the Bronx. The first shooting occurred just feet from a playground at the Eastchester Garden complex right about 5 p.m. Police say a 22-year-old man died after someone shot him in the chest. A second person suffered a graze wound. The second shooting happened about 8:30 tonight when someone wounded a man on the very same street. Detectives say they're looking for 3 people in connection with the first shooting. They're not sure if the second one is related.
Damn. It's turned up over there, man. The Bronx, man. Bronx is so big. I think people don't understand how big the Bronx is. The Bronx is its own fucking borough, man. That shit is huge. A lot going on over here, man.
Police arrested a gunman who hopped rooftops in the Bronx to avoid capture. Investigators accused the suspect, Anthony Gomez, of opening fire last night near East 174th Street and Vice Avenue in Crotona Park. People heard several shots and then saw a man jumping from building to building. Prosecutors charged Gomez with 5 counts of attempted murder and 2 weapons charges.
Okay, so that's an hombrito, man. So hombritos, man, you're free to do whatever you want to do, man. Y'all holiday is already over. Cinco de Mayo is past, man. So Cinco de Mayo is past.
Information on a stabbing at a smoke shop in Manhattan. Police released surveillance video of 3 suspects that they're looking for. Authorities say the group stabbed a worker after they robbed the business on Nassau Street in the financial district on Thursday. The victim was taken to Lower Manhattan Hospital in stable condition. Police say the thieves made off with an unknown amount of merchandise.
Search is on for the vandals in yet another hate crime in New York City involving pride flags. 2 people caught on camera ripping down a pride flag from a home in Fresh Meadow, Queens. As Eyewitness News reporter Derek Wallace shows us.
Why not just go get a mask, man? Just go get a Pooh Shiesty mask. They all doing like this and shit. Yeah, your man got a Pooh Shiesty mask. This guy need a Pooh Shiesty mask, man.
New York City involving pride flags. 2 people caught on camera ripping down a pride flag from a home in Fresh Meadow, Queens. As Eyewitness News reporter Derek Wallace shows us, the incident part of a disturbing trend.
And clearly someone tried to send a message of hate, but the gay couple who lives here, they got the last word, because as you can see behind me, there is already a brand new pride flag in its place. Why was it so important to put this right back up?
Because I don't want them to win.
It's as simple as that.
Yo, if this dude wasn't gay, man, he be doing real good, man, with the ladies, man. Old Antonio Banderas looking motherfucker, man. He must really be gay, man. He really, really gay. He like, nah, chica, nah, baby, I'm gay, man. He ain't just one of them gay dudes that just walk around and don't have women trying to get with him. He gotta be like gay. This dude gay.
Right back up.
Because I don't want them to win.
It's as simple as that. And Rich Marzullo told me this is not the first time him and his partner have been targeted because of who they are. Surveillance video shows 2 young men, likely teenagers, ripping down their pride flag from their 190th Street porch on Tuesday night. And this nearly identical video was captured 2 summers ago. The young men in that video never arrested either.
These are people who live in the neighborhood that are doing this. Somebody knows who they are, and they need to know that they can't keep doing this.
Cops are also investigating.
They can't keep doing it. Listen, man, this is an hombrito neighborhood. These are hombritos every time, man. These hombritos don't like this shit, man. They don't like this shit. And listen, this gay hombritos. But it's just listen, man. This is my thing with the pride shit, right? You can go too far. 48 laws of power say never push past your mark. 48 laws of power say when you set a goal, go to your goal and then stop. They're pushing too far. And now you're starting to see the backlash. They're pushing too far. They're pushing this shit too far. Salute to Stephanie. She said, Happy Father's Day to all.
captured 2 summers ago. The young men in that video never arrested either.
These are people who live in the neighborhood that are doing this. Somebody knows who they are, and they need to know that they can't keep doing this.
Cops are also investigating a pair of similar incidents in the West Village. Pride flags vandalized twice this week at the Stonewall National Monument. Surveillance video captured suspects over the weekend. Still no arrests there either. All of this happening during...
Why should he get arrested for, though? You arresting people for tearing down flags?
Pride Month.
You can come to New York, you could be whoever you want to be, and we see time and time again that, it happens everywhere.
Marzullo's neighbors say they've got his back.
They're perfect neighbors. Why would anybody do that?
And anyone with information about these incidents is urged to call Crime Stoppers. And the NYPD is investigating all of these incidents as possible hate crimes. That means that if and when someone is arrested, they will face elevated charges.
God. These people are doing too much, man. These people are doing too fucking much, man. Jesus Christ, they're doing too much, man. Give me another city, man. They're doing too much, man. Give me another city, because Juneteenth got to share. Father's Day, we gotta share Father's Day with Juneteenth and Pride. Two groups that don't believe in fatherhood. Ain't that a bitch? We need Father's Day need its own space, man. Charlotte, Jersey City, Charlotte. We'll do Charlotte, man. Charlotte is a gift to keep on giving, man. We just did open.
With your
An investigation is underway after a deadly shooting, though, in East Charlotte earlier this morning. It happened just after 2 a.m. Officers responding to a call on East Independence Boulevard, just near Sharon Forest Drive. Our crews on scene this morning saw the crime scene surrounding Fusion Lounge. Medic confirming one person died after being shot, and 3 others were taken to the hospital with serious injuries. No word yet on any potential suspects. And tonight we're learning the identity of the person that died from...
That nigga out there, man. That nigga was out there. That nigga was in them streets, man.
Learning the identity of the person that died from the actual family. He is identified as 33-year-old Leonard Gaddy. His friend, Jade Mullis, says that Gaddy was with her and other friends at Fusion Lounge this morning. She says he had stepped outside for a few minutes, and that's when the shooting happened. She says she was with him right when he died.
Yeah. That nigga don't smile in no pictures, man. He try to look hard in every picture. Look, every picture he looking hard. This nigga don't smile in no pictures. That nigga with his kids, I'm hard. He ain't even smiling in this one. He don't even goo goo gaga. This nigga, he goo goo gaga. I can't even do that shit. That nigga like this. Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Gang gang. Goo goo gaga. That nigga just hard, man.
Other friends at Fusion Lounge this morning. She says he had stepped outside for a few minutes, and that's when the shooting happened. She says she was with him right when he died.
Yeah, I tried to do CPR. He was alive, but he got shot in the lungs. He was sweet. He was so sweet. I've known him since we were little. We grew up together.
Well, there's still limited information at this time, and we're waiting to hear from CMPD to learn a little bit more. But in the wake of this tragedy, Gaddy leaves behind his family and a 6-year-old daughter. WCNC Charlotte's Austin Walker sits down exclusively with his friends and family tonight, showing that last gift that he will give his little girl.
For this family, each person fits together like a puzzle.
Damn, hold on, what the fuck? Is this are they mourning? That nigga, hey, newsflash, that nigga's dead. Like, dead as in dead. Dead as in, like, yeah, like, dead.
For this family, each person fits together like a puzzle. But tonight, it's missing one valuable piece.
Sadness. I was angry.
Early Saturday morning, Leonard Gaddy was shot and killed outside Fusion Lounge in East Charlotte.
My sister woke me up. She got a call from his sister.
Shatara Mobley, a family member, recalls the moment they found out.
At 3 o'clock in the morning, we got up and we just went over there to the crime scene and saw Leonard laying there. You right, Juicy?
Ariana.
Thinking about how my niece is finna grow up without a dad. Thinking about how we...
Yeah, that shit is... You got showing little teeth in this one, but that is sad, man. Black people gotta help her understand what's going on. She don't know what the fuck going on. She gotta rely on black people. Black folk a lot of kids, man. Press 1. Black folk with a lot of kids. They'd be like, daddy went on a trip, man. Damn.
Up without a dad. Thinking about how we break the news to her to tell her that today he was supposed to take her to Big Air and he won't be able to take her today. How she got to grow up with just memories.
The memories that stick with the family.
Leonard is the type of guy who you...
Yeah, that nigga was out there.
But play a beat and he'll instantly start rapping.
In Ariana's hands.
Yeah, he was out there. I'd love to hear some of his raps, man.
Type of guy who you would play a beat and he'll instantly start rapping.
In Ariana's hands, a Build-A-Bear her mom took her to get today. And when she squeezes the paw, a special message plays.
Daddy, I love you. You need to send voice messages. Because I can't read that.
I love you too, baby girl, and I'm proud of you, okay? Keep up the good work.
The last gift he will give to her, and the name of the bear.
Her bear name is Lanai.
Similar to her dad's name.
Girl, why would it be yours, man? Okay.
The family works to fit back together.
I got to experience Leonard growing up. She only got a few years with him.
Filling that empty space with cherished memories. In East Charlotte, Austin Walker, WC.
What a sad story, man. God damn.
Well, we know Juneteenth is obviously ahead, coming up on Monday, a big holiday weekend as well. But celebrations here in our area, they're kicking off today.
Yeah, WCNC Charlotte's Larry Sprinkle caught up with the organizer of the Juneteenth Festival of the Carolinas, who started up Juneteenth events here in Charlotte 26 years ago.
Juneteenth of the Carolinas officially kicked off today at Elizabeth Elementary School and continues through Sunday right here in Plaza Midwood. By the time Pap Naget moved to Charlotte in 1996, it had been 131 years since a Union general proclaimed in Galveston, Texas, that all slaves had been freed, an event that was celebrated as Juneteenth, at first in Texas and eventually throughout the South and beyond.
And I got here, I say, why not Juneteenth right here in Charlotte? And that's how I started in 1997.
Oh, you not even FBA, man. You ain't FBA, man. This guy ain't FBA, man. Get him out of here, man. He not FBA. Salute to Gil B, man.
Over a quarter century ago.
Juneteenth means a lot to Pep. He believes it's a great way to maintain a connection to a culture that goes back centuries.
Use Juneteenth to educate about the rich culture of Africa and the powerful heritage with the opening drum circle right here on
with your fight on the train, the fight on the train. You niggas acting up on the train, man.
We start here with this. What started as a normal commute home turned into a crime scene for Blue Line riders tonight. Thank you so much for joining us here at 11. I'm Vanessa Rufus.
And I'm Colin Mayfield. Around 5 this evening, medic says 2 passengers got into an argument on board the light rail, which led to a stabbing on the tracks. As WCNC Charlotte's Julia Kaufman reports for us, this is unfortunately the latest incident where riders questioned safety on public transit.
When the fight started on the light rail, Kat says a passenger pulled the emergency brake. When the train stopped and doors opened, that's when things got physical. Medic says the fight led to a stabbing, but police say the 2 involved had minor cuts. The altercation happened around 5 o'clock Thursday, not far from the New Bern station.
I feel that it should be more safer.
It's the latest incident that has some Blue Line riders on edge.
Security and safety is important.
This graphic...
Ain't this the same shit they was talking about in fucking New York? God damn, man.
Security footage shows a fight on the Gold Line on May 4th that led to a stabbing on board. Then on May 18th, this disturbing footage shows a shootout on a CATS bus between a driver and rider. Now calls for better security are getting louder as CATS can't seem to escape conflict.
That wouldn't happen if they take their part, do their part.
But other riders think the dangers are just part of public transit.
I think when you live in a city and you're riding public transit, like this stuff happens, as bad as it is.
It's unclear what started the argument or if the people fighting knew each other. Multiple riders told WCNC Charlotte they overall feel safe on board, but hope security measures are tightened up.
I think if you have people checking tickets, that probably keeps more people off the trains that don't need to be on the trains.
CMPD says it's determining possible charges for the 2 people involved. In South End, Julia Kaufman, WCNC Charlotte.
Okay. All around the world, same song, same old song.
Now to another heartbreaking story involving a young person. A college community is grieving the loss of a freshman who police say was killed by a 16-year-old in Charlotte. Queen City News anchor Robin Kennedy is live on Mount Holly Huntersville Road, where the college student was gunned down this week. And Robin, you spoke with a mentor of that student today. What did he share with you?
Student's mentor says the student lived here in Northwest Charlotte and had worked at a gas station near this shopping center where he was gunned down Wednesday afternoon in the middle of the day. 21-year-old Paul Tate was a freshman at Livingstone College. His mentor says he also played basketball at West Meck High School and attended Shiloh A&E Zion Church in Mount Holly. Police say Paul and a 16-year-old got into some kind of dispute in the parking lot of this shopping center on Mount Holly Huntersville Road Wednesday afternoon. Investigators say the 16-year-old pulled out a gun and shot and killed Paul near this busy commercial area. Livingstone College calls.
No. I mean, god damn. They legis every dispute. Salute to Saul, man. He says, you a real one, cuz. Make him mad. Yeah, man.
Busy
Salute.
commercial area. Livingstone College calls this a senseless act of gun violence that took their student. Paul's mentor says the student reached out to him and was trying to stay out of trouble and get on the right path.
This student was trying to stay out of trouble, man, and get on the right path.
They always take the best of them.
Yeah. I mean, he was trying to get on the right path, man. He was trying to turn his life around, man.
Student reached out to him and was trying to stay out of trouble and get on the right path towards a college degree.
And it felt so sad when I got that phone call that he just lost his life up there. And I was just saying all the stuff that he's doing in the community, especially in Mount Holly. I feel like the parents need to step up. You need to know where your child at all times. 16, you should know where he's at. You should know what's in that room. Like they say, you should know what's going on with his life. Don't be scared to ask questions as a parent.
Just hours after the murder, police say the 16-year-old walked into the police station in Uptown Charlotte and the teen surrendered to police. The suspect was interviewed and then
surrendered. Holy shit.
The hard son, man. That's a hard son, man. He like, man, look, man, I'm about to go lay down and do this couple years, man. Fuck this shit, man.
To a juvenile detention center where they were charged with murder. Reporting Northwest Charlotte, Robin Kennedy, Queen City News.
Every dispute's gotta end in fucking like, it's just sad, right?
Yeah, they think that's how you win it, man.
Yeah, there's a different, like, life means something distinctly different to some people than it does. Well, each group, I think each group life means something different. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no two groups will ever be on Britos, Tigers, Suns, Gliders, Patels. I think life, the value on life is different. But I think Suns, it's probably the least valuable.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, before I started watching you, dude, I've never been in an argument and think like, oh, shit, my life could end because of this. I'm just in an argument, we fucking settle it out and move on.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, that's
Police have arrested 2 people in connection to the death of a 12-year-old boy in North Charlotte. People living in the close-knit neighborhood along Sunwalk Court say they didn't really know the people living in the home where it happened. Queen City News reporter Will Lewis is live from North Charlotte. And Will, people tell you that those in the home were also known for having a lot of animals.
Yeah, that's right, Morgan. Neighbors say they saw and heard a lot of dogs around that property. But one woman that declined to interview tells us we may never know what took place inside of that home.
CMPD arrived at the home just after 11:30 on Thursday night.
Well, when I look out the window, I was a little late coming out, but I noticed it's a little kid. He was unconscious, so I don't know the details of what happened.
Police are still investigating as well. The 12-year-old boy, identified by CMPD as Ahmad Wrighton, was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead.
I've been knowing them neighbors for about 5 months, when they moved in. And I've been back here since 1995.
CMPD have made 2 arrests in the case. 34-year-old Anthony Wigfall and 32-year-old Demetria Robinson.
Shot a 12-year-old boy, man.
Thaddeus Johnson lives next door. He's seen the couple and said there were a lot of dogs barking inside and outside the home.
Pit bulls and stuff like that, a bunch of little small dogs.
CMPD police records show animal control has been to the home 3 times, twice in March for animal cruelty and once in June for a stray animal call. CMPD animal control left paperwork in the door. Animal control officers seized 5 adult dogs, 10 puppies, and 2 cats. Neighbors say there is no telling what went on inside of the home. They are sad a 12-year-old boy lost his life.
This is a good neighborhood, and like I said, it's the first time something like this ever happened, so it just shocked me.
Yeah, shocking for all those people around here. Now, CMPD did not release any more details about this homicide right now, but I can tell you someone just showed up at the house. We will bring you all the latest right here on Queen City News and QC.
Bizarre, man.
Yeah, did he live there or did live nearby?
Yeah, it's just very bizarre, man. Maybe they shot him. Yeah, was he their son? Was he like? It's just very bizarre, man.
They could have been running a dog breeding thing. I know a couple people that did that. They think that they're going to make a bunch of money, and then they end up not.
Yeah. Give me another city, chat. Make sure you hit the PayPal, Cash App, Super Chat. Juneteenth, y'all.
Check out Orange County, California, like Anaheim and stuff. My grandma lives in Stanton, and she just got followed home and robbed from the bank.
Oh,
last
wow.
week, man. Yeah, dude. She's a HOA president, so she went to the bank to take out some cash for the HOA, and some Mexicans followed her back home and robbed her in the garage, man. She's now living with her son.
Follow home robberies are very big out there. Yeah, very big. Atlanta, we're gonna do Atlanta. Let's see what's going on in Atlanta, man.
Now this, a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. A Gwinnett County teenager is recovering tonight after he says he was attacked at Six Flags Over Georgia, the theme park. He was there for a birthday party. Channel 2's Michael Seidens live outside Cobb County Police Headquarters, where investigators are reviewing video now from the Six Flags attack.
Yeah, Justin, some of that video, it came from a smartphone just like this one. Witnesses pulling out their cameras and capturing this entire attack. Now, this afternoon, I sat down for an exclusive interview with that teenage victim, also his mother and his attorney, who says point blank that this entire incident could have been avoided if Six Flags had better security.
I don't know why they following me. I ain't do nothing wrong.
That's a son. That's a son right there, man.
Security.
I don't know why they following me. I ain't do nothing wrong. I'm just minding my business.
This 14-year-old boy who's asked us not to identify him because his alleged attackers are still on the run says he's still recovering tonight after he survived a vicious assault last weekend at Six Flags Over Georgia. In an exclusive interview, the Gwinnett County teen told me how his mother had just dropped him off for his cousin's birthday celebration. But
Is that Crump? No, this black on black crime. They got the fake Crump. Fake Crump for black on black crime. Real Crump only goes for when it's a white person, man.
His mother had just dropped him off for his cousin's birthday celebration. But as soon as he walked into the park, a group of strangers began following him, harassing him about his Balenciaga shoes, valued at more than $1,400.
Oh.
What?
$1,400 shoes. Gliders, man. Stop giving these sons free stuff, man. They got enough, man. No more free stuff, gliders, okay? Press 1. They walking around with $1,400 shoes, man.
Damn, I thought Jordans were expensive.
He 14 too. 14 with $1,400 shoes, man. And I don't listen. That doesn't look good to me. That looks like garbage.
Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, that shoe looks like hot garbage. That look like some shit you would get from Payless. Them look like Shaq shoes, man. Yeah, man. That's hot garbage. $1,400. Oh yeah, them sons was jealous. Sons are very jealous, man. Sons are very, very jealous. Very, very jealous. They see you with some stuff, some nice stuff. They're gonna want to hurt you.
And that's what they're into. So when they seen the shoes, they recognized it.
Yeah, exactly. They want to destroy it. They even want to destroy it, hurt you, or take it.
A group of strangers began following him, harassing him about his Balenciaga shoes, valued at more than $1,400.
Asking me like, do I rep any gang or anything? I was like, no, I don't want to rep no gang. I don't rep no gang. I'm just trying to get to my people for a birthday party.
But as they continued to follow him, he says he knew he was in serious trouble, so he attempted to defend himself, but he was clearly outnumbered. He says as soon as he hit the ground, they began kicking and punching him in the head until he lost consciousness.
At the hospital about 10 hours. They had to do CAT scans on his head.
It's a lot of psychological damage to my client because
fake Trump.
Yeah, that ain't Trump, man. Muhammad Luwemba.
Luwemba, man.
Because this entire attack was recorded, uploaded to Instagram.
The teen's attorney says he's now preparing to take legal action against Six Flags.
We do believe that there's
Hold on. Six Flags, remember, I did the video a couple months ago. They have a thing for the summer where you have to have a chaperone. Kids under 16 or something can't be in the park by themselves. Six Flags done a lot to try to curtail son violence. They've done a lot, man. I don't think you should be able to sue Six Flags for this. They've done everything they could to try to put a lid on son violence.
Entire attack was recorded, uploaded to Instagram.
The teen's attorney says he's now preparing to take legal action against Six Flags.
We do believe that there's several surveillance videos that caught this entire incident on camera. Also, was most importantly is what it didn't catch. It didn't catch security intervening at all.
Well, security was probably attending to another son incident. Those aren't the only son people in the goddamn place, man. What's wrong with this guy, man? The fuck? There's some people all over that place. Security's stretched thin, man. You don't know that.
All right, so I want to be clear. I called corporate office. It's in Illinois. I called Six Flags. They told me that they couldn't address issues here in Georgia. They actually referred me back to the office here in Georgia, but they told me the only way to get a hold of a spokesperson was through an email. I've been emailing them since this morning, but so far, no response. We are live in Cobb County. Michael Seiden, Channel 2.
What do you think about that? Six Flags is done a lot to try to curtail son behavior, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't understand how Six Flags be held responsible, because it's not their job to protect you. It's like lost item shit. Like if you lose your items, that's your fault.
Yeah. Six Flags is done a lot to keep. What do you want them to do? Just say no sons allowed? Like, I mean, that's the next step. I mean, other than that.
It's just the money grab because Six Flags has money and those teens that beat him up don't.
Yeah, those teens that beat his ass. They didn't get the shoes though. He's like, fuck that shit. He even though he was knocked out, he probably like crossed his legs or something. I don't know what the fuck he did, but he wasn't giving them shoes up. $1,400. Jesus Christ. Oh man.
As a rock.
He loved to work, and he always called me Betsy May.
But that's not why Betsy May Hunter says they called her brother Willie Hunter Rock. It's because back in the day, she says he would spend money like Rockefeller.
If he could do something for you, he will do it.
But without their rock, Willie's daughter, Chalisa Hunter, says the family's foundation is crumbling beneath them.
We ain't holding, we just dealing at this point.
Noonan police say Frederick Lee Tucker shot 60-year-old Willie Hunter here at the corner of Salbide Avenue and Thompson Avenue in Noonan. The family says he was shot several times in the chest.
I just talked to him. maybe 3 or 4 days before this happened.
And as Betsy holds back tears, Shalisa is trying to hold on to the memories of who she says was a fun father who loved to laugh.
I let him watch my little dog. He almost let my dog ran away from him.
And Shalisa says Rock loved dogs too, especially his dog Max. Police say Max was shot and killed along with him.
Is this really my dad? Like, did this really just happen?
The tough questions for Rock's family, a big family. Rock was the second oldest of 5, with Betsy,
I'm the only girl,
losing one layer of brotherly protection. And since no one could protect their Rock, the Hunter family wants the suspect, who's already behind bars, to further understand the pain they're going through.
Because you didn't have no business doing it. Period. He didn't bother nobody. What right did he have to do that? Well, he took my dad's life. I want his life too. At this point, a life for a life.
Hunter didn't have insurance, so the family has set up a GoFundMe to help with funeral expenses. The link is on 11alive.
That's the first time I heard him say that the person didn't have insurance. You notice they never say that. They just always just say the GoFundMe.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Yeah. Let's see, man.
For Quaylen Campbell. He was the Georgia native who was killed in that carjacking earlier this month in southern Colorado. The services were held at the Summerhill Baptist Church in Noonan. Friends and family gathered to pay their respects to Campbell and his family as they had moved to Colorado Springs about a year ago. Then, while he was driving to work on a very busy street in Colorado Springs, a gunman jumped into his car and then took him hostage. This week, police announced that the gunman, a stranger to the Campbells, had killed Quaylen and then killed himself. The Colorado Springs Police Department opened an investigation into the...
I might have been an burrito, man. Some man ain't killed himself, man. Some man don't value life, but he value his own life. I can tell you that much. Some man value his own life. That was definitely an burrito.
This case, including looking at allegations of slow response time by officers and dispatchers.
Uh-oh. What they doing for Juneteenth in Atlanta, man? What they doing for Juneteenth in the A, man?
And now to this, College Park police say they've arrested a man in connection to a deadly double shooting that took place on Wednesday night. And police arrested this man right here, that's 25-year-old Jesse Johnson, on Thursday after they were alerted about him trying to enter the home where that shooting happened on Princeton Avenue.
Somebody told me in the comment section, whoever you are, send me that data. AkintundeLive2@gmail.com. But somebody told me that for every one glider shooting, there's 1,000 sun shootings. And I want to see that data.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Because I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it can't be that bad. Maybe 100. Maybe 100.
Yeah, 100 would be a lot more realistic.
Yeah, but not 1,000. Jesus Christ.
News.
That breaking news out of Claremont County on this Friday. A Monroe Township man is accused of killing his 3 sons who ranged in age from 3 to 7. We appreciate you being with us. I'm Kelly Rippin.
And I'm Stephen Albritton. It all happened yesterday evening at a home on Laurel-Lindale Road. We have team coverage on the emotional response to the tragedy from the community, and we should warn you that as more comes out about this case, it is getting harder to hear.
We want to get to WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick, who is live at the courthouse for us, where just devastating details, Brian, of the killings were revealed.
Yeah, Kelly, 3 children shot to death. We are told today execution style in front of their own mother. And the person accused is their father, Prosecutors used words like monstrous, unspeakable to try and describe this crime. They say they couldn't name a person who was more dangerous to the community than this defendant. The defendant is Chad Dorman. He faced a judge and the reality of his crimes today as an arraignment on aggravated murder charges today. He appeared emotional for the entire hearing. He was dressed in a bulletproof vest. Dorman is accused of executing his children, ages 3, 4, and 7. Prosecutors say they have a full confession from Dorman. We also learned this. Prosecutors claim this wasn't a haphazard act, but that the murders had been planned. The children's mother was shot in the hand in the course of the murders as the children were apparently shot right in front of her. Prosecutors are saying this is the most heinous crime they have ever seen and described what happened.
But the evil horror of what we know is impossible to process. In an act of just incomprehensible cruelty, the father that stands before you lined up his 3 young boys, and he executed them in his own home with a rifle. They were ages 3, 4, and 7, Judge. In an act of desperation to save her children, the mother at some point grabbed the gun that father was wielding to attempt to protect them. We know that one of the boys was able to flee into a field near the home. And again, we know from his admission, father hunted that boy down, drug him back to the property, and executed him in front of witnesses. The mother was...
And I don't want to hear God made me do it. Because dudes like this, they always like, God told me. I had a vision from God. God ain't tell you to kill your fucking kids, dude. Shut the fuck up, dude. Yeah, man. Nah, man. Come on, man.
Shot through the hand in her attempt to protect her children. Judge, I asked the court in setting this bond to just begin to imagine their fear.
Oh no, you gotta ask for a bond? You gotta plead with the judge? Man, this bond shit is out of control, man.
Yeah, I'm surprised he got a bond, dude. That's insane. That's a sad story.
You have to plead with the judge to say, hey, judge, man, please, man.
To imagine their fear.
Yeah, now the defense asked for a $75,000 bond, citing that he was employed, 32 years old, and he had co-signed.
What? They asked for a $75,000 bond. So, what?
Their fear.
Yeah, now the defense asked for a $75,000 bond, citing that he was employed, 32 years old, and he had co-signers, and they also said that he was married, using that as one of the reasons why he should get bond. Meanwhile, the prosecutors asked for the highest bond they say they have ever asked for in a case, $20 million, and the judge, J.C. Nagel, granted that. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
Brian, was there any motive given? Obviously, this was a lot to process.
Yeah, well, we ask about motive. Why could anyone possibly do this? Prosecutors would not answer questions about motive, but we did learn that what they said, that this was planned. That came out today. This wasn't something he did spur of the moment, but they say that he admitted he had planned this for some time. We also learned, Kelly, that there was a domestic violence charge against Dorman in 2010. Kelly?
Brian Hamrick, a very tough story to report on for us, but we appreciate the updates, Brian.
Right.
Damn, I'm surprised he didn't kill himself.
Yeah, I'm surprised that maybe they got there too early. He didn't get a chance to or something. Something must have happened. Gliders usually kill themselves in those situations. Steve Grady says, you did the story of the professor and the son escort in Hudson, Ohio. My sister's family lives in Hudson, and I sent the video to all of them, Now my 17-year-old nephew and all of his friends are calling each other glider. That's funny, man.
Connecting with the youth.
That's hysterical, man. Oh, man. Salute, man. Glider, stop giving free stuff, man. Stop giving free stuff to the sons, man.
This is WLWT News 5, leading the way.
A Claremont County neighborhood still trying to come to grips with the unthinkable after 3 little boys were killed. They were just 3, 4, and 7 years old. Their own father is accused of executing them. Prosecutors say Chad Dorman lined up his 3 children and shot them. Prosecutors asked for the highest bond they've ever requested from a judge, $20 million, a request the judge granted.
The children's mother and older sister survived, and tonight the community in Monroe Township working through their grief, hoping to honor the lives of the children killed and lift up the survivors. Good evening and thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Lindsay Stone.
And I'm Curtis Fuller. We're told these children were talented athletes and just loved baseball. Tonight, athletes in Monroe Township are remembering them. WLWT News 5's Rachel Hersheimer spoke with their coaches, who, as you can imagine, are still in shock. Rachel?
The Dorman boys played their last baseball game on Wednesday night, and their coaches tell us it's hard to believe that was their final time running around the bases. It all starts on the diamond.
You can't help but think of all the memories you had. This 7-year-old was so full of life.
Brandon Allen coached the Dormans 4-year-old in T-ball.
They're more than teammates and they're more than friends. Like, you start to become more of a little family.
Dwayne Kuhn saw the pitcher in this 7-year-old as his baseball coach.
He was feisty, and when he's at bat, he's feisty, and I could see him on the mound just being a feisty little left-hander.
On Thursday, the unthinkable happened. These brothers, 3, 4, and 7, were shot and killed. Their father, Chad Dorman, has been charged for their murders, a shock to these teams.
Just so tragic, how things were cut short, because I think the sky was the limit. He was really, really gifted for a 4-year-old.
The day before the shooting, the whole family was at the field. Kristen Bennett, who runs the league, interacted with the children's dad.
He was telling the boys, get in their car seats, be safe. You would have not thought anything. Just normal, typical conversations with another family on the ball field.
As coaches, they guide players and help strategize. This one is too much to bear.
They were quintessential boys. They were good boys. They loved playing ball. Just everything you would want in a little guy that you're coaching.
The new Richmond Youth Sports Association is now accepting donations for the mother and the daughter to help them cope with the mental toll that this will take on them. We have information on our website on how you can donate. In Monroe.
Was it Cincinnati? Let's see what. Yeah.
Those two girls are gonna be fucked up for life, man.
Yeah, man.
I watched those 3 boys killed right in front of them and all that.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Let's see what they're doing for Juneteenth in Cincinnati, man.
Over the next few days, thousands are expected to gather to remember Juneteenth, when we nationally recognize the end of slavery in America. It's something that has become a long-standing tradition in Cincinnati before it was made an official federal holiday in 2021. WLWT News 5's Meredith Stutz joins us this morning. There are many events happening over the weekend leading up to Monday, Meredith. They're taking advantage of the beautiful weekend we're supposed to have.
Yes, definitely. And as you mentioned, some of these events have been happening
Years.
for decades. So if you're potentially just learning about Juneteenth in the past couple of years, you are invited out to these events. So the Juneteenth flag, by the way, was raised in front of the Hamilton County Courthouse yesterday. The city will raise one today at City Hall in Cincinnati. And this weekend is the big festival hosted by Juneteenth Cincinnati with some new additions. Take a look. So that happens tomorrow from noon to 9 at Eden Park, and it's free. You can expect live music, a historical reenactment, and plenty of food and activities for children. It all kicks off with a parade featuring 76 flags of countries where enslaved people were brought from and brought to. Organizers tell us the big theme this year, though, is about sharing joy and unity.
Well, I think it's important for people to show up and be here important because it says something about where your head is, and it says something about what's important to you. And I think it should be important to all of us that we learn our history, understand our history, accept our history, and still love each other.
And new this year to the festival, a program honoring veterans on Saturday. And then on Sunday, Juneteenth Cincinnati will also hold its Father's Day concert at Eden Park, same place. That's happening from 2 until 6. And there's so much more happening around the city as well. So coming up the next half hour, we'll take you along Monday's Juneteenth parade route.
Did you ever hear of Juneteenth before the national holiday crap?
I hadn't heard people talking about it. I had heard about it vaguely throughout the years, but I'd never heard any Sun person say, "Hey man, we're doing a Juneteenth thing. Hey man, you want to come to Juneteenth Day?" Never ever in my life had I ever been invited to anything Juneteenth. Heard about something Juneteenth going on, nothing. And that's just me personally. Now it's a lot of some people that I know personally that'll say, "Yeah, Juneteenth," and I'm like, "Nigga, I know you. You never ever used that word in your fucking life."
New on WLWT, 2 men face charges after a child was shot in the head in North College Hill.
Now 12-year-old Jalea Williams was rushed to Children's Hospital after the shooting back on April 25th at the Bising Apartments. Today, North College Hill police announced an indictment in Hamilton County. Williams' 20-year-old brother, Jeremiah Reese, is charged with felonious assault. In addition, Reese and a family friend, 18-year-old Vincent Myler Jr., are charged with tampering with evidence and obstructing justice. Police say they lied about the gunshot coming from outside the apartment.
So we had our one glider shooting, man, that guy who killed his fucking kids. And probably every other fucking shooting in this fucking town is probably fucking some goddamn Sun person.
We love a glider shooting.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Like the Denver parade shooting, I haven't heard of that crap besides you. I only heard about that, racist guy in Maryland that shot his Mexican neighbors.
Yeah. A lot of stuff you ain't gonna hear.
More teenagers shot and wounded, more drive-by bullets, and more overall community frustration.
And
I just look at this shit, man. Like, once you hear teenagers, it's sons.
More teenagers shot and wounded, more drive-by bullets, and more overall community frustration.
And more calls for everyone to play a part in the solution, including judges. WLWT News 5's John London is live at District 1, where concern about street violence is growing. John.
Well, it is, Stephen. The ages of those getting shot are going lower, mid-teens, and that's a real concern here. And police say they're encountering more hard-to-manage crowds at shooting scenes, like one of those they encountered last night. This is getting to be a regular message on police radios in Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah, several calls just saying they heard shots, like 20 shots fired in the area.
Tuesday night, a fairly typical example.
Report of 3 people just shot.
Of what police officers face.
3330, I'll respond. How many officers do I have coming with me?
I have 1 unless somebody can break away.
37, we just broke off en route.
They're saying it's a drive-by shooting, awaiting anything further.
A drive-by on Westwood Avenue in South Fairmont left 2 15-year-old boys wounded and an 18-year-old girl shot in the forearm. Another drive-by on Harrison Avenue in Westwood left 4 people wounded, 3 of them women.
I'm sure that many of these people, this is probably not their first violent offense. And so that's an issue for our judges. And if people are constantly getting out with these violent records, that's something that us in the community, we can't.
That's what you asked for. Like, it's not even what you asked for. That's what you burned cities for. That's what you branded people racist for. That's what you fucking got legislation passed for. What do they... what do you think of that, man? Like the fact that sisters are now seeing the light, man.
Man, everything comes full circle. Whatever's in front of them, that's what they think about. When George Floyd happened, it's like, oh God, the world. And now that, reality's setting back in, they're like, oh yeah, that's right. We need strict ass punishments.
Yeah, but these women are that I could see white women or tiger women, even though I don't give them a break for that. But these women raise these boys. These women sleep with these men. These women went to for fucking kindergarten with son men. These girls went to the prom with a son man. These girls lived in communities with nothing but son men. They knew what the fuck would happen if you defunded the police and laxed the criminal justice system. They had to fucking know somewhere in the gut feel. No, women aren't they supposed to have gut feelings? Women are supposed to have intuition, right? More so than men, right? That's what I heard.
I heard a woman's better at everything than a man.
Yeah.
3 of them women.
I'm sure that many of these people, this is probably not their first violent offense. And so that's an issue for our judges. And if people are constantly getting out with these violent records, that's something that us in the community, we can't really, that's out of our lane.
Tierra Powell and others are training 30 people at this church today about ways to diffuse disputes. There have been no arrests from the East McMicken drive-by a couple weeks ago. Police have stepped up patrols.
Damn, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Look at these kids. They just walking down the street, and some other black people come up. A white person, the most they would have with the most contentious thing these kids would have with a white person, because white people are terrified of these kids. The salute to Deluxe 247, aka Cal Ripken, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. But the most contentious situation these people would have with a white person is if they like stole something out of the store and a white security guard tried to stop them, or maybe like a white teacher like had to discipline them for like some outrageous behavior in the school, or a white police officer had to arrest them. These people would rarely have an incident with a white citizen that wasn't an authority figure. What do you think about that?
Well, yeah, I mean, how many white people did they really run into? I mean, with the areas that they live in are, predominantly one race.
Yeah, but even with gentrification, like the white people in their neighborhood are terrified of them. So they're not gonna like be like bucking up on them and like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, fucking nigger, get fuck up. Like, I mean, like, so it's like,
yeah, when a son and a glider have an argument against each other, the arguments, it gets handled differently.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is that because the son knows that the glider is unlikely to take that to deadly force?
That may be true. That the glider, he sees the glider as being reasonable, but that reasonableness he doesn't. We'll use reasonable in his mind. He looks at the glider as being soft. You know what I'm saying? And a wimp or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, a poo butt, a buster, or whatever, something like that. But we'll call that being reasonable, because those traits, reasonable, measured, you know what I'm saying, the forward thinking, those things is usually seen as being as a weakness. So they probably do, and they also see the glider as somebody who cares. So that's why they sometimes, they go the civil rights route. Like these teens, if they got into an argument with a glider or Karen, they would like try to like make it a racial issue and like try to like, you know what I'm saying, get the glider fired or get sympathy from it, you know what I'm saying, and play the victim card, rather than if it was the son person, they just go straight to like deadly force.
Yeah, because with the glider, they could kind of showboat it and have fun with it to where, if it's a sun person, it's like, oh shit, we got to be on guard.
No one cares if a sun person, you have an argument with a sun person. No one cares if a sun person inconveniences you. Gliders, they they'll, other gliders will reprimand that glider for inconveniencing you or for like making you not completely comfortable in a setting. You know what I'm saying? Or having some kind of like unconscious bias or something. Other gliders will come down on that glider. Sons, you have to do something like this for a son to come on and be like, man, put the guns down. Man, there's too much violence out here, man. We need to do something about that. It takes something like this just to get that reaction from a son person when it comes to son-on-son crime.
Today about ways to diffuse disputes. There have been no arrests from the East McMicken drive-by a couple weeks ago. Police have stepped up patrols and lawmakers have pumped up funding.
There's one gap, and that's a program actually working with the shooters.
September's the target for that.
A program actually working with the shooters. White women are just, and listen, man, I talk about sisters all the time, and I know that we got some great white women in our nation. What I'm talking about as a whole. As a whole, white women are a fucking albatross over white men. White men would be, you talk about condos on the moon, if it wasn't for white women are like a ball and chain to white men. White men would be on a fucking moon. They'd have a civilization on the moon if it wasn't for white women trying to bring everybody else along with them. Because white men would have just took their chicken and left. But white women are like, no, let's bring everybody else with us.
Yeah, the thought process of this is just fucking crazy. I mean, didn't this video start with like saying, oh, we're going to need to hold judges accountable? And now we've gotten to, oh, we need programs to work with shooters. Yeah, in like a 2-minute time span. What the fuck?
And I don't think she understands how evil those shooters are. Like these guys right here, there's storefronts here on the street. There's windows where people live at, you know what I'm saying? There's people sitting in cars. These guys not only don't care, but they don't consider that. It's not a consideration. It's not like, man, fuck that. I don't care if I hit them. They don't consider it. It's not part of the, you know what I'm saying? The you know what I'm saying? It's not part of what they do when they mapping out their plan.
Yeah, it's lack of perception. Because they're not proximal to violent people. So when they get in a position where they're supposed to deal with this, they're coming to, the wrong conclusions.
Yeah. I've been around sun shooters. Sun shooters are different than any other shooter because they just don't care. There's no precision. It's just like with everything else. It's a lack of precision.
There's one gap, and that's a program actually working with the shooters.
September's the target for that. Right now, former officer and current Councilman Scotty Johnson wants more teenagers promoting peace with their peers.
They are part of the puzzle, a huge part of the puzzle that will get us to a point where we're not turning on the television and 2 and 3 shootings a night.
And one of the 15-year-old boys who was shot and wounded last night was seriously hurt. Police have not yet determined who fired the shots in any of those 3 instances from last evening. Reporting live at District 1, John London, WLWT News 5.
John, last night's violence comes just a week after city leaders publicly called for community help to reduce the level of violence. You were at that meeting. Ashley was there. I was here on the set. We were all talking about it all day long. The question is, are they getting a community response?
Stephen, not as much as they had in mind. They are getting a response from various community groups and organizations, such as the group
that want money. Groups that want money to help solve the problem and shit. Those little fucking programs and shit. Yeah, they coming up. Yeah, give us thousands of dollars, $100,000, and we'll help you with this problem. That's the only fucking help they're gonna get. They're not gonna get no help from black folk. They know black folk intuitively and instinctively know that there's no solution.
That's doing the training tonight. But what city leaders say they need, as Scotty Johnson put it again today, are uncles and aunts, cousins, family members, friends of family members, and teens themselves to have, as he put it, the difficult conversations about ditching guns and learning how to manage their anger when these disputes arise.
John London reporting live for us from District 1. John, thank you so much.
Oh, we got another glider shooter. I just got an alert on one of my apps. We got a glider active shooter at a vineyard in Washington.
Which, you mean Washington State?
Yeah. In George. I mean, it just happened. There ain't going to be nothing on it. It's on my scanner.
Is the
alert.
vineyard occupied, or is it like just like are there people
Well, it
there?
said active shooter, so I imagine something's going on there.
Well, we'll look into that in a minute. Chicago.
Karen, there are dozens of people here right now, understandably very emotional over this. That 15-year-old victim who was taken here to Stroger Hospital has now died. Another 14-year-old boy remains in the hospital.
If you guys seen what we see here behind us, it would bring you to tears.
A family now in mourning are gathered outside Stroger.
This is the scene you see right after these shootings. You come to the hospital. The guy, he has to be stoic. You know what I'm saying? The guy has to be stoic. The woman. But yeah, when at these hospitals, man, and then the fucking hospital staff got to see this every fucking day. Sun words coming up there, full of bullet holes. 14 years old, 15 years old, full of bullet holes, dead. And then kids screams, and the mom was like 28. She's 30. The mom's 30.
Years. A family now in mourning are gathered outside Stroger Hospital. Chicago police say it was around 4:45 p.m. in the 100 block of South Homan when two teenagers were hit by gunfire. Video from the scene shows scooters on the ground, dozens of officers.
So they were on scooters. These city scooters, like city bikes, right? Think about it, man. City bike carrier, man. Think about the difference between what happened to these teens, what somebody did to these teens on their scooters, and what city bike carrying did to those teens on their scooter. And just think about the fact that it's not even fucking like people expect this. These guys mowed these teens down and killed them on their scooters. City bike Karen just tried to rent a scooter, and the son words was like, "Nah, we want that scooter. You can't rent it." And she lost her job. There's gonna be nobody in custody for this. They probably won't even ever find out who did this.
Video from the scene shows scooters on the ground, dozens of officers investigating. Police say the 14-year-old boy was shot multiple times in his body. The 15-year-old was shot in the head. Crisis responder Andrew Holmes says this weekend was supposed to be one of celebration, but now it's one of devastation for this family.
I'm not happy at all. Not happy at all. Father's Day, Juneteenth, celebrating for what? Until we can stop this gun violence.
Don't forget Pride Month.
Black on black crime, and get these individuals in custody, then talk to me. But we got two babies here. So how their fathers going to be happy? How the mother's going to be happy? How the family's going to be happy? It's wrong. Turn these individuals in.
And right now, Chicago police say no one is in custody as area detectives continue their investigation.
Watch breaking news on YouTube.
Right.
Karen, that shooting happened about 4:40 this morning in this park behind me, which is right across the street from the Lincoln Park Zoo. Police say that a group of young people was drinking in this park when apparently some sort of dispute began and gunfire erupted. Detectives still on the scene of the shooting hours later looking for evidence. Yellow markers identified bullet casings from what apparently was a hail of gunfire. Neighbors say they heard numerous shots about 4:40 this morning.
I thought it was fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. And I thought, gee, it's awfully early for this.
Carol Johnson was already on the phone with police complaining about noise coming from the park when she also heard the gunshots.
I saw the flash from the muzzle. I wasn't sure if it was like a sparkler or a flashlight.
Police say the shooting stemmed from some sort of conflict with a group that was gathered drinking in the park. Of the 5 people shot, 4 men.
They might be on burritos. What do you think? Drinking in the park at 4 a.m.? I don't know.
Yeah, it could be anyone. Very cultural society over here.
I think it's only one of 2 groups. I think we can narrow it down to 1 or 2 groups. Let's see. These may be on burritos, man. Chat, what you think? On burritos or Suns, man?
I saw the flash from the muzzle. I wasn't sure if it was like a sparkler or a flashlight.
Police say the shooting stemmed from some sort of conflict with a group that was gathered drinking in the park. Of the 5 people shot, 4 men transported themselves to Northwestern Hospital, where they were all listed in critical condition with multiple gunshot wounds. A 5th person, a 17-year-old girl, was transported in fair condition. The shooting happened right outside the grounds of the Lincoln Park Zoo, which had been closed for hours, and just across the street from the farmers market, which opened later this morning.
It just makes you think twice about, being here in the city and what our
Yo, there's no threat to the public though, man. Glider, there's no threat to the public. Like, as long as they're not there. See, this is the thing about Sun shootings. They only gonna happen if some people are like, it's not the place that causes the shooting. Like, these people they might think, oh my God, there was a shooting here earlier today. This place is somehow, no. This place is fine. It's just the Sun people were there at a certain point in time, and then they started trying to kill each other.
Politicians are, doing about it.
The alderman and state representative who cover this neighborhood sent a joint email to constituents saying, in part, let us be clear, this type of violence is unacceptable in our city, and as elected officials, we will work to ensure there is a rapid response to deter this from happening again. Many neighbors agree.
When you have, these incidents like this, it starts to tear at the fabric of the community.
Police say they recovered a weapon here on the scene. They say that the investigation is continuing at this point. The victims, who range in age from 17 to 44 years old, according to police, are not cooperating with the investigation.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago.
Most likely Suns. That was most likely Suns, man. I mean, it just is what it is, man. It's most likely Suns, man. Most likely.
And tonight is the kickoff for a Summer of Peace. Father Michael Flager, along with Chicago rap artist G Herbo and Grammy Award-winning poet J.I.V., will take to Chicago streets. The Summer of Peace rally will start at 7 this evening at St. Sabina Church, followed by a march where the crowd will actually stop in the 7900 block of South Ashland. That is where a 69-year-old mother of 5 was senselessly killed in the crossfire last month.
We'll leave here and go down Racine to 79th Street, and then 79th to Ashland, and then we'll stop there for a moment with remembering the woman who lost her life, and then we'll go down Ashland to 83rd, and 83rd back over to Racine, passing Foster Park, which is a major park in the neighborhood where we want safety for our children playing this summer.
Tomorrow.
God.
You know, the signs were interesting. I noticed the gliders were holding up signs, and all the Sun people were carrying pictures of their kids and loved ones.
Right. Gliders don't know nobody personally that's been killed like that.
And then the one son that was holding up a sign, his sign said spraying bullets, but that was huge as hell, kills children, and that was small as fuck. Like, it shouldn't be the opposite.
We're different, man. We're different.
Corey and Dawn, city leaders came together today to highlight the opportunities available at departments around the city and to encourage young people to get more involved in making decisions about the future. The goal is to hire teens for youth-focused opportunities happening at neighborhoods around the city, including helping to plan and host events for other young people. City officials emphasize that the program is meant to give participants a chance to highlight their leadership skills and help create opportunities for their peers, especially on the south and west sides.
I hope that this summer provides you memories that you take into the next chapter and reminds you that you can do things that will change lives. And I know it seems like, oh, summer programs, you're going to create fun spaces, active spaces, but no, you're actually going to change lives and build memories that are going to last for a really, really long time.
Mayor Johnson also addressed the students, sharing his own experiences with summer programming and talking about how it helped shape his professional career and encouraging those students.
Yeah, you can become mayor just like me if you go to the summer program, man. All of y'all can be mayors, just like we was kings. We was kings. We was mayors. We will be mayors. Whatever the fuck.
Right now in Aurora today, 1,000 families will receive free groceries. It's part of a Juneteenth food giveaway.
Yes, it's the third year for this event. It's going to be held at Phillips Park.
And Clayton Muhammad, the communications officer for Aurora, is joining us this morning. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here. Good to see you.
Oh, good morning. Always great to see you. Thanks for being out here today. A big day in Aurora.
Yeah, tell us all about it. What about this food drive?
Oh, definitely. You can see behind us, we have tons of people, tons of volunteers, tons of residents.
Free stuff.
Coming through. It's our third annual Juneteenth food drive in partnership with the Northern Illinois Food Bank and the Divine Nine Alliance of Aurora. These are the historically black fraternities and sororities. We have nearly.
Look at this white lady. She probably the braids in the whole operation. She got all the paperwork ready. Yeah, sons bopping around and shit, loading cars, and this white lady, she's probably like, all right, that's 74, 75,000.
Yeah, making sure everyone's getting the even amount of food. No one's getting extra of nothing.
Yeah, man. Jesus Christ, man.
Well, tons of volunteers, tons of residents coming through. It's our third annual Juneteenth food drive in partnership with the.
Okay, Tyrone. Only 2 boxes of perishables in that one, and a bag of onions. You've already and Malik.
Northern Illinois Food Bank and the Divine Nine Alliance of Aurora. These are the historically black fraternities and sororities. We have nearly 150 volunteers out here to celebrate Juneteenth weekend, Father's Day weekend, most importantly, to give back to those in need. We have 1,000 cars already in line. They opened up at 9 o'clock. The first car was in line at 4:30 a.m.
Wow. And tell us what you're putting in the cars.
Yeah, definitely. Each car receives fresh fruits and vegetables, so a produce pack. They receive a protein pack. With
God damn, the white lady.
With meat for the grill or the stove. They receive dairy boxes with cheese. So it just gives a nice, well-rounded meal or meals for the week.
She might be a burrito glider, a glider on burrito or some shit like that.
Yeah, I was about to say
we just want to
shape of her
relieve
chin.
some of the burden. Grocery prices are still high. People are still in need. And we see that clearly here today at our third annual food drive.
I've been asking everyone this morning, Clayton, what does Juneteenth mean to you?
Free stuff.
Yeah, Juneteenth means to me from a not just symbolic, but a statement of fact. that we know that there was an era in history that we can never forget about because it has residual effects even until today. But when you look at the freedom of black people on June 19th, 1865, it set a standard for really that pledge that we take, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Juneteenth means to me that liberty and justice for all.
Love to see it. Love the history lesson there for so many. And thank you for what you're doing. Love to see the NPHC out and about and showing great pride.
Free stuff. Give me some free stuff. Let's see. Chicago. I want to go to DC next, but Chicago's. We got an update, man. On our teams.
It's tough to lose one, but it's even tougher when you done lost both of them. And, you know, the pain that this family is going through.
This is video of the scene in the 100 block of South Homan. It's here where police say 2 teens were struck by gunfire. According to the family, the victims were 2 males, a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old, who were related. Officials say the 14-year-old was struck multiple times on his body, while the 16-year-old was struck in the head. At the scene, 2 scooters could be seen on the ground. On this Father's Day Eve, community activists are sending a plea to the community to help find the person or people responsible.
Now we're on the eve of Father's Day, and we have fathers that aren't celebrating, fathers that should be celebrating, but they're burying and identifying their children. As these children are shot, nobody has room to celebrate.
Let's be real. It's going to be the mothers that identify the kids, man. The fathers are probably not even in these kids' lives.
As our children are being buried, there's nothing to celebrate. We really need a lot of help.
So those 2 kids are dead.
Georges County Police are asking everyone, especially those within the area's Hispanic community, to take a good look at this suspect's photo. Police arrested a 26-year-old D.C. man for impersonating an ICE officer, and tragically, it did not end there. Our Stephanie Ramirez live in Beltsville with police today. Stephanie, what are you learning?
Sharon, we spoke with a Prince George's County Police captain who says that this suspect impersonating an ICE officer allegedly approached a Hispanic woman at an Oxon Hill shopping center and then allegedly took out a badge and threatened to deport the woman if she did not get into the suspect's vehicle. Now, we do have a photo of the man arrested and charged here. He's identified as 26-year-old Victor Reed. He's facing 11 different charges, including first-degree rape, impersonating a law enforcement officer, and armed robbery. Officials tell us this happened at the Sunrise Shopping Center on St. Barnabas Road a little after 8 at night on Tuesday, and that once in the car, the victim gave the suspect money after being threatened with deportation. The victim then told police the suspect demanded oral sex and motioned to a black handgun in the backseat of the vehicle when she tried to say no. Now, police tell us that this did escalate to sexual intercourse, the victim fearing for her life. Police also tell us that it was the cameras in the shopping center that helped them identify and arrest this suspect who was taken into custody yesterday. Sharon?
Yeah, it is so heartbreaking and difficult to listen to, but important to get this information out. Stephanie, do we know if the suspect's done this before or if police are looking for more victims?
What I can tell you is that based on the public space that this was reported to have happened in and who the suspect allegedly targeted, yes, police do believe that there could be more victims out there, but more victims afraid to come forward. We can tell you ICE is also involved, saying that unless there's some unless there's an exceptional circumstance, that ICE says that they will refrain from taking a civil immigration enforcement action against victims of a crime who come forward with pertinent information. Coming up at 5, we'll also have more from police on how you can actually properly identify a legit ICE officer. Back to you.
Yeah, there are a lot of fear in the Hispanic community, but this is so important that I hope people will come forward. Stephanie, thank you so much.
Yeah, that took a lot of planning to do that.
Yeah, it's interesting that it's not MAGA fucking with these hombreros. Goddamn Sunman, man.
Yeah, that's why it's not on MSNBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police in D.C. are looking for the suspect they say attempted to sexually assault someone. It happened on Clydesdale Place Northwest yesterday.
Yeah, the Kool-Aid man out here fucking. Goddamn,
Oh yeah.
Busting in women's walls. Ah, oh yeah. God damn it, man. You got those skinny jeans too, man. Shit, man.
They say attempted to sexually assault someone. It happened on Clydesdale Place Northwest yesterday around 1:30 in the afternoon. Police say the suspect approached the victim, assaulted them, and then threatened the victim in an attempt to engage in an unwanted sexual act. The victim left the scene.
And just hours ago, a Fairfax County judge imposed a life sentence on a screaming, cursing killer who had fled to Ethiopia in a failed attempt to escape police. 28-year-old Ioannis Nesibu killed a 22-year-old Fairfax County man and hours later executed a 22-year-old woman who witnessed the crime. Bruce LaShan is covering this case live.
Damn. Wow, they came in hot on this one.
And just hours ago, a Fairfax County judge imposed a life sentence on a screaming, cursing killer who had fled to Ethiopia in a failed attempt to escape police. 28-year-old Ioannis Nesibu killed a 22-year-old Fairfax County man and hours later executed a 22-year-old woman who witnessed the crime. Bruce LaShan is covering this case live in Fairfax County tonight. And Bruce, we understand it was an intense, emotional scene in the courtroom today.
Definitely was, Charlene. Nesibu apparently didn't realize that he was facing this harsh sentence because moments after the judge handed him a life sentence, Nesibu started screaming. F you, he shouted at the judge. F you, he shouted at some of the victims' family members who were in the gallery and already in tears. Go to hell, an uncle yelled back at him, and the judge then yelled at the deputies, grab him. They were already racing in to drag out the killer.
He would curse the families of two people that he murdered. Now, if that's not evil, I don't know what is.
Victims' family members overjoyed at the life sentence, but furious that the killer would think he could
she was fine.
Get the last word. When the judge said life,
yeah,
that was just a complete relief.
Complete relief and so happy, tears coming down.
And then to hear him curse you, curse the judge, curse the process.
It was unbelievable. This guy has nothing to hold together.
Jurors convicted Nesibu of manslaughter in the death of 22-year-old Hanak Yohannes in what prosecutors say was a dispute over payment for marijuana. They convicted him of first degree.
God damn, weed.
But no one gets killed over weed.
Yeah, no one dies over weed, man. It's just weed. It's everywhere. It grows everywhere. It's everywhere. It's free. Wasn't legalizing marijuana supposed to decriminalizing it? Yeah, decriminalizing marijuana is supposed to stop this shit, right?
Are all three of them Ethiopians?
Yeah, she's definitely Ethiopian. You can tell she's got that look. When they pretty, they pretty. When they ugly, they ugly. They're just a very stark race. Like if they're ugly, they're ugly. But if they're pretty, they're pretty. And they all got fat asses though.
In what prosecutors say was a dispute over payment for marijuana. They convicted him of first-degree murder in the killing of his friend, another 22-year-old, Kadesh Simone. She had witnessed Hanak's death, and then Nesibu had taken her to another Fairfax County dead end, and hours later shot her to death before escaping to Ethiopia.
Damn. Salute to Marcy, man. He says you can count on two things: some people needing help and their ungratefulness to yeah, man.
To Ethiopia. It took 3 years to get him back and another 4 to finally convict and sentence him.
No remorse for life, no respect for the judge.
If he did one more day, he's going to go out and kill another person.
He's a sick person. He should not be part of a society.
Now, there was no comment here today from Nasibu's many family members who were also in the courtroom. His lawyer argues that he's mentally ill and has impulse control, but the judge handed him a life sentence for murdering Kadest, 7 years for manslaughter in Hanak's death, and then another 8 years on the firearms charges. The judge said that he should never again breathe the air that is breathed by the victims' families. Charlotte and Leslie, back to you guys.
When you talk about how intense it is, it was intense just to hear you share that, to be in the courtroom and to have experienced it, had to be completely even more intense. Wow. All right, thank you, Bruce.
We have new details on an attack against a Capitol Hill staffer. Congressman Brad Finstad said it happened Wednesday night after the congressional baseball game. The Minnesota Republican says an armed gunman attacked an aide just blocks from the Capitol. In a statement, Finstad said that
it's a 99.9% chance that was the son. Washington, D.C.
Fortunately, the staffer was not badly hurt and is expected to make a full recovery. Congressman also criticized Washington and other cities for being soft on crime and called for a crackdown on career criminals. And late last night, D.C. police tweeted these pictures. They're on your screen right now. Take a look of a car they're looking for in connection with that attack. If you have any information, give police a call.
This Monday is Juneteenth. The holiday marking the day back in 1865 when 250,000 African Americans in Texas finally found out that they were free. Celebrations here in the DMV are already underway, including at the National Museum of African American History and Culture. Our Randy Ayala was there as thousands visited to learn more about the history behind the day.
From jewelry making to musical performances, today locals and visitors were able to submerge themselves in an interactive history lesson at the National Museum of African American History and Culture.
I would like to be here to see the history of Juneteenth, the African American Museum as well, and I also get to see what's going on in Washington, D.C.
I've been trying to come here since it opened, and I just never went up timing, and obviously it's been a weekend to do it.
Since it's open.
Hey, man.
He's happy about it. He's gleeful.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have a problem with gliders being down with this shit, man. I mean, it's just I hate when they open their mouths because you know what's gonna come out, man. I mean, they paid for this shit. That's a fantastic building. I've been there to the African American Museum in DC. It's an amazing building, man. A feat of museum technology, man. Glider architect built it and shit. Yeah, man. Just lay low, man. Lay low. Don't open your mouth, Glider. Don't say something stupid.
Obviously, it's a perfect weekend to do it.
Since its opening in 2016, the museum has always celebrated Juneteenth. Today, more than 5,500 people will venture in and outside the museum's walls. Deputy Director Michelle Commander says it's the first big Juneteenth celebration post-pandemic.
Today, it's so important for us to think about the roots of our country as we talk a lot about liberation and freedom.
For Dallas, Texas native Andrene Edwards, being here today is personal. She says she wants to honor her ancestors and the enslaved people from Galveston, Texas, who didn't learn about their freedom until 2 years later.
We in Texas, we was the last Black American that was free from slavery, and now that we are, I'm here to enjoy it.
I think Juneteenth, I'm glad it's getting recognition now. I think it's very important that it's a holiday. It's been celebrated since its inception, and the fact that everyone else is celebrating it now, I think, is a really good thing.
In the district, Randy Ayala, WUSA 9.
And another big Juneteenth celebration is happening in the district on Monday. We spoke with the director of the mayor's office of cable television, film, music, and entertainment about what to expect.
From noon to 5 p.m., we will have all types of entertainment, from gospel to go-go, from soul train lines to line dancing. It's going to be a fun-filled day for every member of your family. So we want everyone to come down and join us. We're kicking the day off with 3-time Grammy nominated, 10-time Stellar Award winner Anthony Brown and group therapy. We know that, when we think about our culture and all that Black people have endured over the many centuries, one of the things that got us through was spirituality and praise. So that's why we're kicking things off with some gospel, but then we're going to ease on into, the feel good moments. We're going to have Battle of the DJs with DJ Quicksilver and his son, DJ Sauce God, the Battle of the DJs, the father and son edition on the heels of Father's Day. We're going to have a drum line. We're going to have some special guests.
Sounds like a great time. We have a full list on our website of all the Juneteenth events going on in the area. Just go to WSA9.com.
God, Juneteenth has its own flag. What type of holiday has a flag?
Right.
That's crazy, man. Where's Easter flag?
Yeah, man. Well, you got the bunny though, man. Y'all got an animal, man.
Yeah, we got a mascot.
Yeah,
Santa
man.
Claus.
Oh my God.
We got the Pilgrims for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
3 teenagers are under arrest tonight in what D.C. police say was a spree of carjackings and robberies across the district in the past 24 hours. Police say the juvenile suspects are responsible for 10 armed carjackings in just a 3-hour time span.
I mean, come on, man. And they're not dead. Neither one of them is shot. Neither one of them is dead. 16 and 15-year-old. 16 and 15-year-old running around the city doing 10 armed carjackings and robberies in a 3-hour span. And they got arrested without incident. I mean, come on, man.
That's one like every 20 minutes. That's crazy. That's a lot.
How many cars? It's only 2 of them. How many cars you like? What are they just jacking? Oh, I like that car better. What are they like? Like you jacked like a fucking 96 Corolla, and you're like, oh shit, there goes a fucking Audi. All right, then you jack the Audi, and you're like, oh shit, you see that Benz? Let's go get that. Like, I mean, what the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah, they're trading it in, trying to upgrade.
Yeah, but all those are people with guns in their faces that are being dragged out of their cars. And it's like, we got to hear that like every fucking time they encounter police, they die. But this time where they did this shit 10 times in 3 hours, no one got shot or fucked up. And that's what happens 99% of the time. You feel me on that, though?
Oh, yeah, we know the statistics.
Yeah.
It's just fucking...
Yeah.
It's just what the hell the fucking morning news portrays to the gliders, and they believe it. They're like, oh, these poor, kids. They need programs.
Yeah, unless you have a program where you can, like, fucking cordon off a large swath of land and fucking set up cars everywhere and put people, maybe like what those dummies that they use for the crash, put crash test dummies in the cars and let them like go around and carjack the crash test dummies and then speed off and then carjack the next one. And like, there's really nothing that can quench this insatiable thirst to do this shit. This is what they want to do. So if you have a program and they're not offering them this experience, you're wasting your fucking time. Salute to Thrifty Z, man. He says, woke Minnesota Representative John Thompson's son just killed 5 Somalis after running a red light while speeding. Oh,
damn.
Shit. I don't know, John. We'll go to Minnesota next, man. I got to see that one. Salute. I'm glad that I'm glad. I hate that those Somalis died, but I'm glad that some woke guy's fucking son did that shit. And he got to fucking go silent now. He got to shut the fuck up because he's not going to say nothing about that. At least we shut up one liberal for a couple of months. Marcy says, you think they will pay respect to the soldiers that died to free other humans from bondage? black people are notorious for saying that the Civil War wasn't over them. It was over something else, like this, that, the third. It was over Union. It was white people business. It was just, we was collateral damage in that we got free. So they've already been chipping away at that. For years, black folk has already been taking that from gliders, like saying that you guys didn't fight the Civil War to end slavery, and with no evidence of that either. Like you don't have to, as a black person, you don't have to say, "Well, I read this book," or "I saw it here." I went to the Library of Congress and got on the microfiche and looked up this old document. Black folk, you just say shit, and another black person parrots it, and it gets around.
They say the 3 suspects stole the vehicles at gunpoint along with some of the victims' personal property. All of the carjackings took place in Northwest, Northeast, and Southeast D.C. between 4:30 and 6:50 yesterday morning. Police say the suspects are 16-year-old.
4:30 and 6:50. So actually, they did it in a 2-hour and 20-minute span.
That's early in the morning, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
18-year-old males. All live in Southeast D.C. The 3 teens face multiple armed robbery and armed carjacking charges.
Wow. My God, man. Oh my God, man. Shit. Oh, okay. I just saw it right there. It was right here. Here it is.
Members of the Somali community are in mourning tonight after a horrific crash claims the lives of 5 young women. Police say a speeding car struck the car they were riding in near Lake Street.
A speeding car or a person in the speeding car, i.e. a woke fucking guy's son. What's the guy's name? John Thompson? I don't know who the fuck John Thompson is, but I'm gonna look him up. John Thompson. Did you spell it right? Or did you leave a P out? Let me see. Minneapolis. Let me see. Oh, wow. It's a black dude. Oh, shit. Goddamn son, man. Oh, shit. His kid did that shit. Oh, he ain't gonna shut up. I thought it was a glider, man. This son ain't gonna shut his mouth just because this happened. Son gonna blame white supremacy for this shit. The fucking son.
Members of the Somali community are in mourning tonight after a horrific crash claims the lives of 5 young women. Police say a speeding car struck the car they were riding in near Lake Street and 35W. Fox 9's Babs Santos spoke with leaders of the mosque the 5 attended. He joins us live from Bloomington tonight with more on this. Babs?
And those leaders told us these 5 women were together preparing for an upcoming wedding of a friend when they died together in this brutal crash.
I have not seen something like this in the state of Minnesota.
There was nothing first responders could do to save 5 women late on Friday night after police say a man ran a red light plowing into their car.
Sabrin Ali, Sahra Gisade, Salma Abdul Qadir, Sagal Hirsi, Siham Adan.
According to law enforcement, just past 10 p.m., a Park State trooper along I-35W watched as a car sped past northbound towards the Lake Street Transit Center. That officer started to drive after, but the driver immediately veered off the highway, running a red light and colliding with another car at the Lake Street intersection.
We suspect that the driver may be impaired.
The driver bailed, but with the help of witnesses, a Minneapolis police officer was able to track him down for an arrest soon after. This weekend, the agency making it clear the driver was not being pursued by police before the crash, saying the state trooper never turned on their lights or sirens.
As a whole community, we're coming together, mourning together.
Leaders at Bloomington's Dar al Fork Islamic Center, Khalid Omar and Abdullahi Farah, say all 5 women killed in the car were under the age of 20 and key members of this faith community who volunteered often and took care of the mosque.
It's a big loss for our community. You can only imagine one individual passing away, but now we have 5.
On Saturday and Sunday, the mosque is allowing space for members to grieve together.
These were our brightest individuals, our brightest young sisters, young women in our community.
Online today, a fundraiser has been launched to help support the families of these women who lost their lives. Karen, back to you.
My God. So how do we know it's the
Yeah, they didn't mention nothing about it being the son of a representative.
Right.
Tonight, we're learning more about the 5 young women killed in a tragic car crash in Minneapolis. Community leaders say each one was a leader, daughter, and friend. As WCCO's Adam Duxter reports, faith and city leaders say this is an absolutely senseless tragedy.
These were individuals who had a bright future. We're talking about the pearls. We're talking about the bright stars of our community.
Khalid Omar, Mosque Director at Dal Al-Farouk Center in Bloomington, says tonight an entire community is grieving.
We have never seen a tragedy of 5 young individuals who passed away at the scene as an incident like this. We have never seen something like that before.
Traffic cameras show a car speeding up.
Damn, look how fast he's going on a ramp. You don't go on a, listen, man, that's fast anyway, but getting onto a ramp, that's fucking insane. And this is the truth about, they're going to blame this on the police. I promise you.
We have never seen something like that before.
Traffic cameras show a car speeding off 35W in Lake Street last night before slamming into the car full of 5 young women between the ages of 17 and 20. In the car, Sabrina Ali, a recent high school graduate from Medina, Sahra Jisadi, a 20-year-old junior at Minnesota Rochester, Salma Abdi Kadir, a sophomore at Normandale Community College and Sunday school teacher, Sigal Hersi, a student at MCTC, and Saham Adam, a student at the U of M. Omar says the 5 were inseparable and were out together Friday night preparing for a friend's wedding slated for Saturday.
Losing anyone it's a tragedy, but losing 5 young people at the same time is something that it's very hard to process.
A small memorial grew at the scene Saturday morning. City Council member Jamal Osman frustrated and hurt that the driver of the other car tried to run before being arrested.
This kind of reckless behavior from individual who survived took 5 girls ahead of their future away. We want justice for these girls.
Adam Duxter, WCCO.
There's no justice unless you torture him for fucking a week and then fucking set him on fire in front of his family. I mean, listen, there's no justice. There's no justice in that. You can't get justice by putting him in a fucking place where he gets to live and fucking make fucking TikTok videos and eat treats and shit. There's no justice. There's no justice, man. How do we know we killed? Let me see. I'm trying to see how we know this guy. How we know it's this guy's son, man? Uh-oh. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble, everybody watching on Op Nation Gold, everybody watching on Op Nation News. According to multiple sources, including Liz Collin, the suspect driver who killed 5 people and fled the scene in South Minneapolis Friday night is Derek John Thompson, the adult son of former DFL State Representative John Thompson. Derek Thompson previously pleaded guilty to fleeing police and causing a crash in Montecito, California in September of 2018. Was fleeing from the Ventura police and struck a pedestrian before bailing on foot. 2 passengers in Thompson's vehicle, one from Maplewood, Minnesota, and the other from Newport, were arrested, but Thompson was not found at the time. More than 17 pounds of marijuana and $20,000 in cash were found in the trunk of the vehicle, which crashed into a wall on the side of the roadway. So that was the 2018 thing. And this is, wow. Black politician's son, man. Former Rep. John Thompson, who became an activist after the police killing of co-worker Fernando Castile in 2016, won a seat representing St. Paul's East Side in 2020. The next year, questions mounted as to whether or not Thompson actually lived in his district he was representing after police cited him for a July 2021 traffic violation in St. Paul. And he presented a Wisconsin ID. Oh, I did a video on that guy. That guy's a fucking asshole too, just like his son. Okay, yeah. I did that video. I remember that guy. Wow. This fucker killed 5 people. And I promise you he doesn't care about that. I promise you he cares about what's going to happen to him. Wow. Wow. I promise you he doesn't care about that shit. I'm a son, man. You got to take my word for it. That fucking guy does not care about that shit. About the lives, the girls' lives. He cares about how much trouble he's going to get in.
Yeah, his first crash, he got lucky no one got killed. Now this next one, hopefully he's in the slammer for life.
Not vehicular manslaughter is very hard to get somebody in the slammer for life for vehicular manslaughter.
To run from the police, man. You profiled me because you looked me dead in the face and I got a ticket for driving while black. You pulled me.
This is a fucking state representative.
Oh, so this is his father.
And you profiled me because you looked me dead in the face and I got a ticket for driving while black. You pulled me over because you saw a black face.
Just released body camera video showing State Representative John Thompson accusing a St. Paul police sergeant of racial profiling in a traffic stop on July 4th. There's the law enforcement case and a separate political case over where Thompson was living when he was elected to office. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kelsey Carlson.
And I'm Amy Hockert. St. Paul police releasing that video today showing Thompson getting ticketed for driving after suspension and then, as you saw, making those racial profiling allegations. Political reporter Theo Keith picks up the story from there. Theo?
Well, Amy, this was the traffic stop where Thompson gave a Wisconsin driver's license that he renewed last November using a Wisconsin address, the same month that he was elected to the Minnesota legislature. That issue came up less than 30 seconds into that July 4th traffic stop.
Why such a hurry? I don't think I took off like a bat out of here. I just drove off. Okay. You got your proof of insurance with you? I do. It's in my phone. All right. I'm actually the current state representative in this district right here, man. If that makes any difference. You got a Wisconsin license? Yeah, a Wisconsin license. I'm State Representative John Thompson. Okay. I'll be right back.
After 14 minutes in his squad car, Sergeant Peter Crum returns with a ticket for driving after suspension. Thompson seems unaware his driving privileges had been suspended before he accuses the sergeant of racial profiling.
Hey, sorry I took a little long, but so there's your license to my car. You're suspended in Minnesota? No. That's what the computer says. If it's wrong, you have to deal with the BBS. Thank you. Why'd you pull me over again, man? No front plate, and then the way you took off from the light back there. I'm too old to run from the police, man. You profiled me because you looked me dead in the face and I got a ticket.
I'm too old to run from the police. His son has run from the police twice. And fucking hit one time he hit a pedestrian, and this time he killed 5 people, 5 beautiful young girls.
Driving while black. You pulled me over because you saw a black face in this car, brother, and there's no way in here I'm taking off with you behind me. You looked at me in this car, and busted U-turn and got behind my car. And that's the reason why I know. But what I'm saying is what you're doing is wrong to black men. And you need to stop that. Thank you.
He didn't do it to him, he did it to black men. You peeped that?
Yeah, the language they get to just throw around is privileged as fuck.
Yeah, he did that to black men.
Thank you so much, but this ticket means nothing to me. No. I'm gonna always have a great day. What I'm saying is you will stop racially profiling black men in their cars, sir.
In a Monday night statement, Thompson said he told the sergeant he was a state lawmaker out of, quote, the desire to be treated with respect and to be able to drive away from this interaction safely. In that
At no point was he ever in jeopardy of not driving away from that interaction safely. Oh my gosh.
statement, hours before the video's release, Thompson said people wouldn't see Crum, quote, do anything that isn't by the book, but the issue is we need to rewrite the book. Thompson said he had no reason to believe the sergeant has any hate toward me specifically. St. Paul police said the...
Jesus Christ, they're just bad people.
Yeah, why does the officer have to have hate towards you? You committed a traffic violation, you got the ticket.
Yeah, like, he's a horrible person.
Randy, Representative Thompson told the judge upstairs that he respects the jury's decision, but both Thompson and his attorney have questioned the city of Robbinsdale's decision to even bring this case to trial. Now, as you may have heard or may remember from our previous reports, the jury of 6, that's 5 women and 1 man, decided that there was enough evidence that he obstructed the officers who were trying to do...
Wow, 5 women and 1 man. That's like the same thing as his son. His son killed 5 women and hit 1 man.
Decided that there was enough evidence that he obstructed the officers who were trying to do crowd control at North Memorial Hospital on that day back in 2019. Today, Thompson decided to call this a bump in the road.
Who I represent, who I fight for, are people who look just like me.
Jesus Christ. What's that have to do with what the fuck you did wrong to get your ass in court? God, these are horrible people. Press 1.
The road.
Who I represent, who I fight for, are people who look just like me. Sometimes there's some legal ramifications behind that. And I'm going to continue to fight for people who look just like me.
Could you imagine a guard saying that?
I'm fighting for the white man out here, and I won't apologize for it. You think they just say this so that way they don't, get pushed back?
Yeah, definitely. It's shield. It is a shield. It's it's an armor. Once you start talking like that, man, it definitely is armor. Because white people just tuck their tails, they get scared, and they know, oh shit, he's talking race shit. I can't say anything about what you can't push back on him now. Now you can't even ask him about the case no more.
And it's an answer for everything. No matter what you say to them, that's what their answer is.
Yeah. The reason he's in here is not for what he did, that specific act that he did, that he was, arrested for on that night. Because this is a different situation. This isn't the traffic stop we just covered. This is another one. It's because he fights for Black people. So because he fights for Black people as a state representative, then there's a system that's trying to take him down.
Who I represent, who I fight for, are people who look just like me. Sometimes there's some legal ramifications behind that. And I'm going to continue to fight for people who look just like me. Please, just give my family a few days, man, just to process this. I'm not a criminal. You guys are looking at a man in a certain suit and a tie. I'm not a criminal. I've never been a criminal.
What the fuck does a suit and a tie mean? Your tie's crooked, fucker. And your fucking shirt doesn't match your fucking suit. There ain't no fucking suit and a tie. That's a goddamn suit. That's like when you go to one of them programs for ex-offenders and they give you a suit to wear to a job interview. That's the type of shit they give you. They give ex-offenders for job interviews, man.
The one you get from Burlington.
Yeah, this is. Fuck, he
A
talking.
few days, man, just to like process this. I'm not a criminal. You guys are looking at a man in a certain suit and a tie. I'm not a criminal. I've never been a criminal. And so I ask you with just with like a little bit of respect for me and my family to just let us like have a few days and we'll make a decision and get back to you guys on that.
Now, the decision he mentions is the decision about whether or not to resign. As you know, DFL leaders have called on Representative Thompson to resign because of reports of domestic abuse from between 2003 and 2010 that surfaced recently. Again, he says he's not ready to make a comment on that. Tonight, Judge Michael Brown, Hennepin County District Judge Michael Brown, sentenced Representative Thompson to 6 months probation and a $200 fine plus $78 in court costs. We also know that the jury they asked to see that body camera video from North Memorial one last time this afternoon before they made their decision, and they were playing it. It was running loud enough that we could hear it out in the hallway. We also asked the city prosecutor from Robbinsdale if he wanted to comment. He said no, thank you.
Jesus Christ, man. Damn. That guy's a bad guy, man. Every story about it was about another fucking case, man. That's a fucking thug, man. What? Oh, intimidated. Okay, that was accusation of intimidating. I thought it was said imitating.
Tired of asking lawmakers for a change, a local community activist is now taking matters into his own hands. And now John Thompson has his first political win. The campaign spurred by the death of his friend, Philando Castile. Here's Maury Glover.
I went to bed probably like 4:30 this morning because I won the primary.
A day after clearing a major hurdle to be elected to the state capitol, John Thompson is still savoring his first political victory.
This is for Philando, man. If it wasn't for Philando being murdered, like I'd still be comfortable being a machinist or equipment repair technician, man. But I have a calling over my life, and this is it.
You didn't want to hear us, so you hear me now.
Thompson became a fixture at protests, marches, and community meetings after his friend of 11 years, Philando Castile, was shot and killed by police during a traffic stop 4 years ago. But he says instead of asking state lawmakers to end police brutality and racial disparities in Minnesota, he decided to become one instead.
If we're not at the table, we're on the menu, right? I don't want to be on the menu no more. I want to be at the table. And if they're not going to give you a seat at the table, bring your chair.
After getting the DFL endorsement for House District 67A, which includes St. Paul's East Side, Thompson beat Huang Murphy in Tuesday night's primary to potentially fill the seat left by retiring 11-term DFL representative Tim Mahoney.
Honestly, I feel like it's time for a shift, a paradigm shift. And we have to shake the concrete over there at the state capitol, so I'm excited.
Thompson says he promised Castile and his own mother, who he lost a few days after Philando was killed, to make conditions better in their community. And he hopes his example inspires others to get involved too.
I do know that my friend is proud of me and the work that I'm doing, man, and I'm going to continue to make him proud.
Maury Glover joins us live now. He's accomplished so much, Maury. So what's next for John Thompson?
His son's gonna fucking kill a bunch of fucking Somali kids, man. That's what that's for. Unfucking believable, man. And on that note, I'm out of here, man. Peace out.